Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Geri Puleo, the President and CEO of Change Management Solutions and the creator of the Burnout During Organizational Change Model, or BDOC. Today I want to talk to you about the power of one little word to help you overcome burnout. And that little word is no. No. It's amazing how difficult it is for us to say no. I know that when I was a little girl, no was equivalent to a four-letter word in my family. Because let's face it, if Mommy and Daddy told me to do something, I was not really permitted to say no to their requests. Now that might work when you're a child because the parents care for you and, saying no to certain things is in your best interest. But when you become an adult, you have to learn how to say no to certain things that can belittle you, demean you, and can lead you to burnout. So I'm going to mention 4 of them in this little video. 2 of them are saying no to things outside you, and 2 of them are saying no to certain personal habits. Let's start with the outside first. The first thing you need to say no to, especially at work, because I tend to focus on workplace burnout, is you have to say no to unreasonable demands. Now, I know that some of you are like, yeah, right, I'm going to tell my boss that I can't meet whatever he's demanding of me. Well, there are certain demands that have to be met, but when everything is a high priority, then nothing is a priority. And when nothing is a priority, nothing gets accomplished. Everything gets accomplished maybe halfway if you're lucky. So if you're going to say no to unreasonable requests by your boss, you need to learn how to negotiate to develop a win-win situation. If, for example, your boss demands you to take the weekend to finish a project on Monday morning, but you've been working on other projects that have the same deadline, negotiate and see if someone else can also work on it through delegation. Or have your boss work with your boss to determine what the real priority of these items are. It sounds kind of simple. It sounds kind of scary at first, but believe me, it really does work, and it creates a win-win situation for you, your boss, and for the company, and any potential customers who are affected by it. The second thing is we've all had bosses who can be bullies. And one thing about bullies is they tend to focus on people who don't defend themselves. So the second thing you need to say no to is to disrespectful treatment. One of the things that I learned, and I think it was Dr. Phil McGraw who may have mentioned this, is that people treat you the way you teach them to treat you. If your boss is treating you disrespectfully or is demeaning, or treating you in an unkind way, it is your responsibility to say no to that treatment. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to challenge them to a duel at sunset, but what I am saying is you need to basically tell them that this is not the best way for them to manage or lead you, and that you can get better performance if they approach you differently. Again, it's scary, but I've seen it work. And remember, people treat you the way you have taught them. It is acceptable to treat you. Now, the next 2 things that I want to talk about are saying no to things within yourself. The first thing that you need to say no to are illusions of perfection. Now, if you're an overachiever, that is a big challenge for you. Overachievers do tend to be perfectionists. However, instead of overachievement, instead say yes to high performance. Overachievement is usually trying to get perfection, and perfection is elusive, if not an illusion, because my definition of perfection may not be your definition of perfection. So say no to the perfectionism and instead focus on high performance and high quality. It doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be good enough and to meet the standards that were assigned to you. And then the final thing that I want you to say no to is negating yourself. So say no to negating taking care of yourself. I know that's kind of a double negative and it might be a little confusing. So let me put it another way. Start saying yes to taking care of yourself. If you're not healthy, if you're not in a good place mentally or emotionally, you're not going to be able to do good work, and you're not going to be any fun to be with. And frankly, you're not going to be happy, and you're probably going to be burned out. Now, you can make time to take care of yourself. They can be little things. I talked to a friend of mine who was saying, oh, I want to meditate, I just don't have time. Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story about my father. He was not a meditator, but he did say prayers every morning, and his schedule was very heavy. So he did it in the morning when he was doing his private things, when he was washing or showering or, even going to the bathroom. But the bottom line is he made the time to do it because it was important to him. So you can make the time to do it for yourself too. But what that is going to require is for you to say that you are a priority in your life. If you're trying to take care of everyone else, you're not going to have the energy to take care of yourself. But here's the bottom line. If you don't take care of yourself, then you can't take care of anyone else. Any flight attendant will tell you, in the event of an emergency, if the oxygen tank comes down, oxygen mask, not an oxygen tank. Oh boy, that would be bad in a plane, wouldn't it? But when the oxygen mask comes down and you're traveling with a child, put the mask on yourself first, so then you can put the mask on the child and take care of the child. So, 4 things to say no to. Say no to unreasonable requests. Say no to disrespectful treatment. Say no to illusions of perfection. And say no to negating care of yourself. If you do those 4 things, it's going to help considerably by managing the internal and external factors that can contribute to a full-blown burnout. Try it and see. Let me know what happens. Bye.